According to my dad, I thought I was ready to practice what we had been watching on TV. My favorite show was Cops back then. One day, driving around with my dad in his car, not really sure why, but soon enough, we were pulled over by the cops. They clocked my dad going 120. My dad said I rolled down the window and said, "Are you looking for bad guys? 'Cause my dad is not a bad guy. He got away with just a warning." While some of you are probably gathered here today because you cared about me in some shape or form, some of you may just be here to support your loved ones. Whatever the reason may be, I hope you take something meaningful from my words. The past 4 years of my life had truly been the years of much personal growth. I had defined who I am and who I want to be in the future, embraced my inner goof, and kept my family close. Out of all of you who had some sort of relationship with me in the past, received some sort of an impact from my presence. Whether that's from receiving a simple smile or me sarcastically making fun of you, I hope my memory is hard to forget. I would like to share with you a few of the things that I thought made me, well, me. From my Army adventures, excitement for animals, and a family girl attitude, I hope you enjoy the highlights of my life. To start out with, I'd like to tell you a little in the background on what changed me to be the person that I would value. Joining the military was the best thing I had ever done. It taught me self-discipline, which helped me achieve later, helped me remember where my roots were, and I learned how to enjoy new experiences. The first thing I learned at the very beginning from basic training was self-discipline. I remember it was not the easiest to adapt to, but I was able to figure it out over time. I remember I went from a crybaby in the chow hall to actually impressing myself. By the end of my training, I knew that the hard work really can pay off. I made some amazing battle buddies, some that I knew I would never see again, but made the most out of the situation. I was awarded undergraduate for my class, and I got a class leadership award. Even though I had been back home for training for over a year, and my family was spread around throughout the country, I didn't let my roots go astray. I knew that my deployment would be approaching within the year. I wanted to make every day count. Soon enough, I decided to move in with my mother. I wanted to spend a significant amount of time with her before I left for Afghanistan. It was great to build a new relationship with her. During preparation for my deployment, I met my best friend and eventually husband, Seth McKenzie. After deployment was over, I did not want to leave. I had grown a better personal relationship with not just my spouse, but myself. I learned to better accept people for who they were, whether I really liked them or not. With that being said, the military was no longer a hobby, which I thought it was going to help facilitate in paying for my college. It became much more. Going off in another direction, I would like to express my love and compassion for the animal kingdom. Ever since I can remember as a kid, I loved animals so much that I wanted to become a veterinarian. I obviously did not make my way to becoming a vet. However, this did not stop me from continuing to care for many animals. I guess you could say this was the goofy side of myself. I was always unsatisfied with just having one pet. I always needed more animals. During my elementary and middle school years, I literally had countless hamsters, many of them having a tragic death. Eventually, the hamsters led into more sophisticated animals. This left room for teasing from my family, mostly my dad. I'm not sure how it happened, but when I ended up moving back into my dad's house, I eventually housed a guinea pig, chinchilla, and red heeler puppy. Because of all of this, my dad would often call the animal area the zoo. However, I knew Seth and my dad received joy from this silly environment. Whether or not I actually pursued my dreams of becoming a vet will remain unknown to me. I hope when others saw my compassion for animals, they took it to heart. Never stop practicing your childhood dreams. Perhaps if you didn't really know me before this speech, this changed your opinion of me, and or maybe it grew your respect for me as much as I learned to respect myself. Many of us have lost someone, perhaps multiple times. I want these last words from me to not leave an impression of sorrow, but words to look back on in happiness. I hope some of these stories and personal accomplishments I've shared with you today left some sort of imprint in your heart. I, Ashlee McKenzie, lived a very short life, yet short does not mean bad. I was given many opportunities along with making some of my own opportunities. I tried to make the best out of each day of my life by giving it my all. To my military career, adoring animals, and family, I hope my speech to you today did not leave an impression of bragging rights, but after all, today is my day.